In the new Super Mario Odyssey game, Mario can use Cappy, the friendly ghost, to possess many enemies and objects in the game. Nintendo insists that we don't use the word possess, but use the word capture instead. I mean, what is this? This isn't a Pokemon game. But Cappy being a ghost and Mario taking over enemies? Let's admit, the word possess is very viable. So, is Mario an evil psychopath like he can be portrayed as? Or is Mario a very empathetic, goody two-shoes? Let's discuss, dive deeper, and find out. But possessing looks pretty fun. Who wouldn't want to be a T-Rex and be like, "Roar, I'm a dinosaur!" for like 10 seconds. Hello gamers, and welcome to Game Thesis, the place where we don't tolerate any BS with our theories and instead demand a logical discussion and try to look at both sides of the same coin. To those who are new to the channel, don't worry. I have a Bachelor of Arts in Creative and Professional Writing with minors in Literature and Education, and I'm currently going for my Masters of Science in Information Technology. I'm super qualified. It just means I trained my brain to think smart. Boring credentials aside, let's get to the fun stuff. So anyway, Mario can possess things. To understand this, we need to delve into the realm of psychology. I'd like to argue that Mario possessing things makes him empathetic, not evil. So, let's write our game thesis. With Cappy the friendly ghost, Mario is able to place himself in the shoes, or bodies if they're not wearing shoes, of enemies and even objects, allowing him to practice a deep and profound empathy for all of the enemies he has fought before. Calling Mario evil or a psychopath? Sorry Mad Pat, but I still love you. Could be a misdiagnosis due to the availability heuristic, which is a mental shortcut that relies on immediate examples that come to a given person's mind when evaluating a specific topic, concept, method, or decision. In short, Mario's use of Cappy paints us a new picture of who Mario is and shows how empathetic he can be. Mario uses Cappy's ability to possess as self-defense against evil enemies who would otherwise hurt or kill Mario. Bowser and his minions, on the other hand, use violence and force to achieve their goals because they lack empathy. Mario is simply using force back in the form of possessing enemies and objects to give them a better purpose and achieve his goals of helping others. So, with that being said, let's get started. Psychology today defines empathy as the experience of understanding another person's condition from their perspective. You place yourself in their shoes and feel what they are feeling. Empathy is known to increase pro-social, helping behaviors. While American culture might be socializing people into becoming more individualistic rather than empathetic, research has uncovered the existence of mirror neurons, which react to emotions expressed by others and then reproduce them. An article by Steve Taylor, PhD, argues that empathy is one of human beings' highest qualities. Empathy is the root of most of the behavior that we associate with goodness. It's the root of compassion and altruism, self-sacrifice, and charity. Conversely, a lack of empathy is the root of most destructive and violent behavior. In fact, everything that we associate with evil. A lack of empathy with victims makes crime possible. A lack of empathy with other human groups makes warfare possible. A lack of empathy enables psychopaths to treat other human beings callously as objects who have no value except as a means of satisfying their desires. And come on, when is Mario potentially callous except in situations of self-defense against enemies or during extreme competition, like most of us would be? In many of those situations, Mario doesn't have a choice. He's just doing what he needs to do, just like you would if you were placed in those scenarios. From that, we can conclude that Mario practices deep empathy by turning into his enemies with Cappy. When we play as the enemies, we'll have a better understanding and more empathy for them too. In The Development of Empathy, How, When, and Why, it's written that the ability to empathize begins at an early age. When Mario was little, he went through an unfortunate circumstance where he fell from the freaking sky and was saved by Yoshi and his friends. Yoshi had to defend Mario so he wouldn't be captured and taken by an evil Magic Koopa, and had to help him save and reunite with his brother Luigi. Let's practice some empathy for a moment. Imagine being a baby and being passed off to different colored dinosaurs that ate everything and turned things to eggs to throw them back at evil enemies while they attacked you. Oh, and let's assume your diaper doesn't get changed at all. Traumatizing, isn't it? Actually, Baby Mario has enough empathy to help Yoshi out at times, turning into Super Baby Mario to help them advance. Evil enemies have been trying to possess or capture Mario since the beginning. Despite a traumatic childhood, Mario turned out great. He cares about his family and friends. Not 100% of the time because nobody's perfect, and he puts his life on the line to save Peach and restore the Mushroom Kingdom, or New Dank City. Oops, did I say dank? I meant donk. New Donk City. But we can keep calling it New Dank City for the lols. It's the city of dank memes. In short, Mario practices an extreme amount of empathy by possessing certain enemies and objects with Cappy, opposed to the evil possessor he's been portrayed as because of the availability heuristic. If anyone can be considered evil or as monsters, it would be us humans. Think about it. We eat everything, we take over everything, we manipulate each other with logic, we use each other for our own gain, we hurt each other, we ignore each other, we think we're better than the other and sometimes don't even have the courtesy to treat the other person like a human being. We compete against one another so we can win over the other. We use our positions to have power over others. Even if a human being has really good intentions or an invention or a book that could help others, the idea is only valued if it's viewed as guaranteed to make lots and lots of money. Human potential is wasted because there is no priority on nourishing that potential. Humans try to line their own pockets with cash while others below have to work hard and maybe even soul-crushing jobs to make a barely living wage. You think Mario using a hat to briefly control another living creature is evil or makes him a monster? No. We humans are the evil ones. We humans can be the true monsters. Of course, humans have a good side, but we have to admit, sometimes they also have a bad side. Or a really bad side. Humans put their own metaphorical caps on other humans, institutions, and usually, they keep the cap on the other person for as long as possible. And sometimes, humans take the cap off the other human only if they have to. Mario possessing the enemy with his cap is just another attack move in his arsenal against enemies. On the other hand, humans' imaginations with thinking up of new attacks to use is endless, far more vast and dangerous than Mario's arsenal of attacks. If Mario is considered evil or a psychopath, that's only because it's a reflection of what humans can be like and how we can treat others, or the ways we can manipulate logic, like not using the whole complete picture. It's a form of psychological projection, which is a theory in psychology in which humans defend themselves against their own unconscious impulses or qualities, both positive and negative, by denying their existence in themselves while attributing them to others. For example, a person who is habitually rude may constantly accuse other people of being rude. It incorporates blame shifting. Man, that's deep. I thought we were only going to learn more about Mario in this game thesis, but I guess we're also learning a lot about ourselves and human nature. So Mario's defending himself against evil enemies and possessing them with the ghost cap momentarily is not an evil deed. Mario, on the other hand, puts himself in other creatures' shoes, or bodies if they're not wearing shoes, which shows us a side of Mario we haven't seen before. The act of being each of his enemies and possessing others and objects will change Mario's identity forever, and probably for the better. He gives those he possesses a new purpose by helping him further a good cause, like saving Peach from Bowser, who uses force and violence to achieve his goals and cannot experience the kind of empathy that Mario can. Mario is even kind enough to help out New Dank City. By possessing or capturing even his enemies, Mario practices a deep and profound empathy, and I think that's something we humans can learn to do a lot more. And that gamers, was a game thesis. A no BS game thesis. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this and want more, be sure to take a second to click that like button. The support helps and is greatly appreciated. Be sure to subscribe by smashing that sub button on the screen so you can catch more no BS game thesis videos and other awesome content like video game motivation and streams in the future. Feel free to comment below. Join the discussion about whether Mario is good or evil, empathetic or apathetic. Also, are there any other topics or video games you'd like me to tackle? Also, take a second to share this video so others can see this video and join in on the conversation. Check out the social media links in the description box below, where you can like my Facebook pages or follow me on Twitter, where I post videos and stream times. And check out the channel's website, gamers-reality.com. Sign up for the free newsletter there to receive these awesome videos and other awesome content to your inbox, such as streaming times. You can also email me at scrimagames@gmail.com and I'll add you to the newsletter if you ask. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I shall see you next time on the next episode of No BS Game Thesis. Peace. Okay, Nintendo, I know you didn't like the word possess, but we just successfully argued that Mario does it out of empathy and good. We basically just said that Mario is an empathetic, benevolent dude. That's vastly different from all the other theories calling Mario evil and psychotic. You gotta be a little happy after that. This calls for a happy song. Fair warning, my singing voice is not pretty. Alright, here we go. Cappy, the friendly ghost, the coolest ghost you know. Though bad guys might look at him with fear, Mario really hurts him so. He likes to possess stuff, and he's really glad to help out. Whomever he becomes, he helps Mario get empathy. Bad guys don't understand why Mario loves him so, but Mario knows he loves him so. Cappy the friendly ghost. Man, that was so cringy.